I do this from the heart, from the soul, from the streets. So if you think I'm here to play around with you, you should leave now. If you decide to stay, that means you'll allow me in your energy, as is my intent, to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. So let's get started because you know we dominate these time constraints. We're going to start off with this day because it's sitting right here already to give the divine ones a message. So let's see what the most important message is at this time. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that we should see us walk the highest path, out for the greatest good. Page of Wands energy. Page of Wands is kind of repetitive in that I think that what happens is in our human nature, we try to get comfortable. We try to create routine and set up systems so we don't have to worry about anything. And I think the nature of spirit is to explore and to expand. Page of Wands energy is out here. It fell on the floor, but this is about exploration. This is about exploration and expansion. The card says, Miriam sang to them, sing to the Lord, for he is highly exalted. Both horse and driver he has hurled into the sea. So there could be some apprehension. You could feel a little bit like, if you're thinking about the children of Israel and when they tried to escape from Pharaoh, you probably think of a group of terrified people who were trying to escape some type of persecution and like were literally about to run into the sea just to get away from something. Okay, and it's like the idea that if you trust the direction that spirit is taking you, even though you might not see, you may only see a wall or you may see a locked door. You trust that spirit is opening those doors and knocking down those walls like Jericho. That's what this looks like. So if you're looking ahead of you and you say, oh my God, it's a brick wall right there, I probably need to hit the brakes, right? But spirit is telling you, no, keep going, no, keep going, no, keep going, no, keep going, right? Likely there's going to be some, ascension that happens to where whatever wall you're looking at, you're going to be able to go over it. But if you try to lose momentum, if you're apprehensive, a lot of times it's comfort. I just want to be comfort. I don't want to have to do all of that. I just want it to be on repeat type of energy. And the Most High is moving you away from that toward expansion and growth, calling his disciples to him. Jesus said, truly I tell you, this poor widow has put more into the treasury than all others. Six of Pentacles energy is out here. Six of Pentacles with the Page of Wands. It's the Most High wanting you to step outside of your comfort zone. There was something Spirit was saying in my mind, but it went away. Ace of Cups energy is out here. But whoever drinks of the water that I give them will never thirst. Indeed, the water that I give them will become in them a spring of water. It's like you're not going to run out of whatever it is that you think that you're going to have. My mom used to say to me, that's what it was. Cross that bridge when you get there. Sometimes in your mind, as you're planning or you're setting goals, you'll say something like, well, what am I going to do when I get to this point? What am I going to do about the fact that I don't have this resource? What am I going to do about the fact that I don't have this degree? What am I going to do about the fact that I don't have this prerequisite? And Spirit is pushing you forward saying, don't worry about that. I got that when you get here. Let God's strength be made perfect in your weakness. That's what's on this board. In your mind, you telling yourself, I can't do it because of this. I can't do it because of that. That might be 3 weeks ahead. That might be 6 months from now. That might be a year from now. Your spirit team is saying, just keep going in that direction. By the time you get there, I'm going to have it all covered, but it takes faith, and it does. 9 of Pentacles energy is out here, right? This is when we talk about Queen of Sheba coming to test Solomon and all his wisdom. And when Queen of Sheba found out that Solomon really had that wisdom, she tricked off on that nigga. It's like God saying, you're going to get a benefactor. You might not see this coming, but the more you operate in your gifts and the more you shine, you might feel like there's going to be a stop. And then this rich person comes along and says, oh, I want to invest in your ideas. But if you stop now, you never get to that point to where the benefactor sees you and is ready to invest. The card says, and she gave the king 120 talents of gold, large quantities of spices, and precious stones. So what if God already got that lined up for you? What if God already got that lined up for you? God already said, listen, 6969 angel number, 111 angel number. God already said, listen, just go in this direction. I promise you, I'm going to send a Cheshire cat along the way. I'm going to send you a little white rabbit. God said, I'm going to send you, what his name was? The man with the hat, the Mad Hatter. I'm going to send these people to you along the way, and they might not look like your typical angels. They might not look like your typical blessings, but they're going to be in the right place at the right time when you need them. And if you're wise, you're going to utilize it. That's what's on this board. 10 of Cups energy is out here, right in the middle of your spread. You see that? He will be a joy and a delight to you, and many will rejoice because of his birth. So God hears your prayers. 9, 10, 11, angel number. And I see that you're on a path of ascension. 6, but I also feel like you want to go back, right? Like I also feel like there's this idea of pressing the brakes because in your mind you're like, there's a toll bridge up ahead, and I don't have anything for the toll. Should I turn off here? No, you should get up to the toll bridge. You don't know that the car behind you is in a rush, and the person sees that you don't have the money, so they hurry up and come and pay your fare and their fare so they can get to the toll bridge. And it's this type of energy, it's this type of faith that God is asking you to have. That's what I'm tapped into. Justice card, baby. Look, when Moses went up on that mountain and got the motherfucking 10 commandments, by the time he came back down there to wherever children of Israel was, they had already lost their faith. They built up calves made of gold and said, we're going to worship this then. Since motherfucking Moses, imagine what it was like, right? Since motherfucking Moses ain't coming back, we're going to make our own fucking God. And it's this type of energy. You can't wait till you get to this point. 11, 11, angel number. 8, 9, 10, angel number, and then expect to be able to do it all on your own. You're going to make up your own God, or you're going to follow the rules that God has already instructed upon you. That's what this looks like. 3 of Cups energies out here. And the master of the banquet tasted the water that had been turned into wine. 3 of Cups energies out here because the Most High is trying to move you into the position. This is when Jesus did his first miracle. This is when Jesus did his first miracle. Mary was nudging him, talking about some, go ahead and do the thing you do. I know you know how to do it. Go ahead and do the little thing you do. I know you be doing it. This is how and Jesus said, I'm not ready yet. And I feel like this you in this energy. What Jesus was like, I'm not ready yet. But when they tasted the wine that Jesus had transmuted from water, they said it was the best wine that they have ever tasted. This is what I'm tapped into. 8 of Wands energies out here. So I heard no letting go, no holding back. You're supposed to be full speed ahead, pedal to the metal, pushing the throttle, and any impediments that you feel like will be there. The Most High is going to ascend. You cause you to go up over it. They showing me the DeLorean and Back to the Future, how it had to get up to a certain speed, and then it'll start going up into the air. Or the thing that you think is in the way, the Most High is going to move it. That's what it seems like. The sun card energy is out here. Just like when Jesus, the prophet, I think it was the prophet David who wrote that the Son of God will come in town riding on a donkey. And then when Jesus got there, he told the disciple, when you get there, you're going to see a man. He going to have an ass for you. He going to have a donkey for you. So God already got it set up. You might feel like, oh, no, I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have the other. Baby, you got God. Who the fuck going to stop you? The Bible say, if God is for you, who could be against you? These are the people who are persecuting you. Paul on the road to Damascus, when a bright and shining light shone in his eyes, and he heard the voice of God saying, what God said to them, Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me? Do you feel like all of these people, all of these things against you? Baby, that shit ain't got nothing to do with God. They're gonna be stronger than God. They're gonna snatch what God has for you out of his hand. It's impossible. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. The most important thing is to pay attention to the people who are around you at this time. You moving forward, don't hesitate. Don't take your fucking foot off the gas. But pay attention to the people who want to support you and want to see you go farther versus the people who try to become an impediment in your path. I am so grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Shantae's got a man at home. I wish you would have let them stay. Y'all got to let me at least get a 2 or 3 words in when the person say something. So I can say something back. You know I'm smart and like to sing, yeah. Because if tarot is centuries old scam, then what's the Bible? I just wanted to ask. You ain't give me a chance to ask, Shantae. I wanted to ask them if tarot is a centuries old scam, then what the fuck is the Bible? Stop playing with me, man. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share again? What the fuck is the Bible? Don't play with it. I need just a quick. Then y'all can block them. Let me get my little 2 words in. No, my spirit team said no. You doing right. Block the head. See it go too far. They run there and got the account banned and just all over the place. Yeah, you're probably right. Just go ahead and just. Then I took shit too far. Lost my couth. Don't play with me, man. If the tarot is centuries old scam, what the fuck is the Bible? An older one? It's we not on here to debate religion and beliefs. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Moving forward, staying focused. Shout out to the moderators. Moving forward and staying focused. Unfortunately, fortunately. What is the most important message for the divine collective? What do you need to know most to walk the highest path for the greatest good? Oh, it's time for you. Bro. This seems like a message that we talk about. What's today? Wednesday? It's Thursday. It feels like every Wednesday though. But today Thursday, so maybe we didn't get a chance to talk about it yesterday. But it do feel like every Wednesday we go through this motherfucking thing when it's time for you to release something. Something that you want to hold on to, or something that you're teeter-tottering. You know what I mean when I say that? Back and forth, back and forth, back, forth and forth. Dark magic energy is out here with release. This is the thing. Let me give you an example. You can't get rid of what made you sick. It's like, let's just use this as an example. Let's say you caught a cold. Okay, kids go to school all the time around September, August, September. They get little colds, they get the little sniffles and stuff like that because they go to school and they hadn't been exposed to all them germs, right? If you want the child to get well, you keep them away from the germs, right? You say, maybe you got to stay home for a day or two. Or over this weekend, since Friday, I'm bring you home. You're going to stay and put you some Vicks on your chest. We're going to knock that cold out of you, right? It's like you steady wanting to go and interact with the thing that made you sick. It's like, okay, I'm going to wash my hands. Then I'm going to stick my hand back in the mud. Now your hand's dirty again. You got to wash your hands again. That's what this energy feels like to me. It feels like you're going through the motions in deep prayer, in meditation. God, take this thing from me, and then you let it come right back. That's what this feels like. You know how they doing they just rewind. It's like a mixtape. Play that back again. It's this type of energy. Emotional energy is out here. It has to do with your empathy. You're really a master manifester. I'd like to say that. And I like to say the things that you pray for, you materialize them. But then sometimes you can pray for some shit that you ain't really want. Now you got this thing and you almost feel obligated. And that's what Spirit wants to talk about. Okay, let's go. The difference between I want to do this for you, or I feel like I have to do this for you, or I'm a bad person if I don't. And the goal is to put yourself in relationships where, of course, you got to be there for your kids. You got to but you also want to. You want to wake up in the morning to make sure your kids straight. You want to make sure there are relationships where there are responsibilities that you want to do. Where for some people they feel validated, or that's their whole persona, that's their whole image. I'm a mama. I'm a teacher. But if you put yourself in relationships where you are reluctant to, or you feel obligated, meaning I don't really want to, but I got to, it's my responsibility to show up in the relationship, then you taking yourself away from God. And so you washing yourself out, you doing your spiritual baths, you writing your petitions, you burning your petitions and things like that. Then you go right back to the people, places, things, and ideas that you was trying to get the fuck up off of you. You know what I mean? My sunshine has come and I'm all cried out. But I do feel like God answers your prayers. And even if God is telling you, man, God might show you, this ain't for you, this ain't for you, this ain't for you. And you still pray, God, please, God, please, God, please, God, please. Then God give it to you and you feel obligated. So be aware of these things. Take note of these things so you can make the necessary changes. That's what this feels like. What is this? Still, it's like losing yourself. There's like this energy of you losing yourself, or cutting away aspects of yourself, or hiding your horns, which has been this theme of all week, where your power, what makes you great, or whatever. It's like that, hiding that shit to make other bitches feel comfortable. The fuck out of here. Wonderful things are about to happen, especially when you recognize and realize your beauty. See Marilyn Monroe, if you've ever watched a documentary or watched a quick 3-minute video on your news feed, then you will see that they talked about how Marilyn Monroe could cut it on and off, and she had this thing or whatever she could do, and she could be walking down the street and nobody would notice her. She would seem like a regular person. So they say witchcraft, right? And then she could cut it on, and everybody be like, "Oh, it's Marilyn Monroe." They will run up to her and ask for it, and it's this type of energy. And there's an aspect of yourself. There's an aspect of your magic that you turn down, that you cut off because of obligations, and your spirit team is wanting you to give someone else to do it. Make a necessary decision on whether or not it's for you or not. You shouldn't be creating conditions in your life that you feel obligated to. You're supposed to want to get up and live life. You know, you too young to be out here feeling like, oh, no. You're supposed to be excited when you get up. Like, oh, I get to go make some more content. Oh, I get to go do some more readings. Oh, I get to go be a mama today. You're supposed to feel like that about it. And if you don't, then you need to do some meditation on it. And be who you are for your pride. Don't hide. Right? And so the aspect of you, the aspect of self that you feel like you have to hide. Why? Why? What relationship? What position? What job? What thing in your life make you feel like, oh, I can't hide my, I drink a little bit. Oh, I can't hide my holes. I gotta hide this as my horns. That thing that makes me most special and most powerful. I gotta hide it, or I won't be accepted in this place. And maybe that place ain't for you. And if you pray for it, I'm gonna tell you what, God gonna give it to you. Huh? And then you're gonna be in some place that won't really let you grow. I am so grateful for you. I appreciate every opportunity you give me to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Let's get some more messages, why don't we? Thank y'all for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I appreciate your time. Party animal. Lazy. It's hard. This is about to be for somebody who's escaping. And your spirit team is like, why are you wanting to escape life? Or have you thought about your behaviors in a practical, palpable way? A party animal energy is out here with lazy. So it's like the energy of when it's time to have fun or when it's time to relax or fuck off, you got all the energy in the world. When it's time to do some fuck shit, you good, you ready to go. TTG, you got your outfit laid out like the first day of school. But then when it's time for you to really show up for yourself, all of a sudden you feel lethargic. I'm a little bit nervous about this energy. I feel like it's witchcraft automatically. I don't know if you see this jackal. When I see this jackal, I think of Anubis. I got Anubis tatted on my arm, so I already know what the fuck it is. So when I tell you I think it's witchcraft, I'm telling you that for a reason. But I want you to pay attention to how when it's time to do some fuck shit, you geared up and ready to go. But when it's time for to do what you need to do, all of a sudden there's this, lack of motivation. Now, maybe it's the idea that such and such said they was going to give you a ride and then they didn't give you a ride. But if such and such said they was going to give you a ride to the club and they didn't give you a ride, you'll find another ride. You'll still make it to that club that night and you will make it home. So why is it difficult? Why is it different when it's time to do the things that you know damn well you need to do for you, for your life? Eavesdropping energy is out here with Ganesha. You have Ganesha and Anubis showing up. Really, really protective energies, and Ganesha will remove obstacles for you. So your spirit team is watching over you. You come from a bloodline, that royal bloodline card that's been coming out of life. Your blood is thick and you have responsibilities almost. Like you have a purpose, is a better word, on this plane in this physical incarnation, but you're averting it. And I don't think you're considering or even paying attention to what your daily habits or what your emotions look like. Can I explain it to you in a more scientific way? Or if you think of how people talk about Mercury retrograde, or people talk about how Venus is in Virgo or whatever it is like that, Venus is in Libra, then you know that the planetary bodies in the sky are moving in a certain pattern. They make patterns, and the patterns that they make affect us. Like the sun, if the sun has solar flares, people might have different, energies about them today. The moon is full, even police and EMTs say that the hospital is more busy during the full moon. So now we know that these planetary bodies, based on their movements, affect us, right? Okay, well, you do the same thing. You're a planetary body on a smaller scale, yes, but you also have this ability to create patterns in your daily habits, and your patterns through electromagnetic frequency affects your environment. And that's what your spirit team is wanting you to pay attention to. What are your patterns? If you think of Venus and you think of the flower that Venus makes as it travels in our solar system, then you understand why people say Venus is about beauty and love and all of that aesthetic. What patterns are you making? And how is that going to show up on a cosmic scale? That's what this is, YOLO. And your spirit team is saying, you're disconnected from it. I don't think you're paying attention to how when it's time to, or let's say it's time to do something for somebody else. Maybe it's not partying, fucking off. Maybe you say, oh, somebody says, can you help me? And when it's time for you to help them, they need to be at work at 5 o'clock in the morning. You there at 4:30. You ready? You're trying to help them pack their lunch, help them get their kids together, make sure they there at the time they're supposed to be there because you that type of friend, right? But what about when it's time to do some shit like that for you? What about when it's time to do that some shit like that for you? And is it a mommy issue? Is it a daddy issue? What kind of subconscious programming is causing you to show up so sound for everybody else in your life, and then silent and quiet and crickets for yourself? That's what we're tapping into. The difference energies out here. We've been talking a lot about this week. A lot about how you are in a cocoon. You was a caterpillar. Fuck it, we all was. You was a caterpillar, but you're going into your cocoon, a complete cosmic breakdown of everything that you was and becoming something new. Even the way you move, even the way people see you is going to be different. And your spirit team is wanting you to give attention to the patterns that you're creating and the effect that has on the world around you. Because we're cogs in a wheel. Because we are all cogs in a wheel. You have this purpose, Ganesha and Anubis showing up here. You have a purpose here in your life, but it does feel like a lot of times there's a lot of escapism. You will show up for somebody else, or you will show up to the club, or if you will show up to the party. You know how to show up. It's just where are you arriving? And you might be thinking that that's what you're supposed to be doing, right? But your spirit team is wanting you to check yourself, huh? Check yourself before you wreck yourself, right? But you got purpose, and the purpose, the word of the Lord does not return to them void. So if they gotta drag you through the fire for you to wake the fuck up, that's what they're gonna do. And fire could be drinking, it could be smoking, it could be all the things you think you love to do. And your spirit team will show you why you're not a fucking caterpillar no more. So you gotta put that caterpillar shit down. You're a butterfly now. Okay? Ever grateful for the opportunity to share it again? Look, escapism at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Like you got to, why are you running? Why are you so running away from life? Why do you want to be so slumped? Why do you want to be so disconnected from life? What is that? Is it you? Is it you wanting to escape your body? Are you tired of this? If you're not, then who's sending that energy towards you? Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift? I always hope I'm saying that. Where is that fucking shit coming from? In the middle of your head, in the middle of your spirit, it say parental issues, subconscious programming. Because I want to know why you will show up. If I had to be at work at 5 o'clock in the morning, you will be here at 4, helping me with the boys, helping me get ready so I can go. You will say, next week, now you're not finna lose this house. You will be there. But you won't do that for you. What's that? Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift? I always hope I'm saying something that helps. I love you and I appreciate you. I'm so grateful for you. But I want you to show up like that for you. Please. That'll just make it so much easier for the whole friendship. I'm telling you. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift? I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share the gift. Thank you for giving me an ear. It means the world to me. Shout out to Los Angeles, California. You guys are appreciated. The whole world. Where you at? Sharon says she's in LA, out there with the big dogs. Stuffing with the big dogs. I know I'm over here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, so shout out to all my Louisiana people. Big Florida, not the little one. Panhandle, hold on. Because they for real finna take you for a ride. Everything's big in Texas. All my exes live in Texas. Okay, y'all don't worry about it. Okay, got a few of them. I got a few of them over there. Shout out to New York. In the New York concrete jungle, things are made from. North Carolina, come on, it's razor. Take the shirt off, twist it around your head, swinging like a helicopter. North Carolina in this thing. Georgia. I think evil is relative, Yolanda, because I probably am evil to you. You know what I mean? Because if you're doing some fuck shit and I don't got time for that shit, you will really see a side of me that you might not want to see. So you're probably right. Depending on, evil is relative. If you're doing some fuck shit, you're damn right. You're motherfucking right. And guess what? I ain't got no problem with it. You're not making me feel no type of way because a person like you knows that you can't come over here and play with me. So you will try to use a word like that to try to make me feel like something wrong with it. You already know what it is. I'm glad you know. I'm glad you know. You trying to make me feel the type of way. You want to make me. One thing I notice about trolls, and one thing about trolling, broke bitches like to do it because they think it don't cost them nothing. But over here, trolling is very costly. But what I know is that what I'm noticing about trolls is like they think I give a fuck about what they think. They be saying shit, and the troll saying something to me on another page in the comments, and I was like, bitch, I don't even know you. She was like, oh, you remind me of such and such. Ma'am, I don't know you. You know who you remind me of? Nobody. You know, I feel bad for you, bitch. I never think about you. You feel bad for me? How do you even know me? I don't even know you. You don't even matter to me in my mind. You over here saying this weird ass shit. Oh no. You're right, ma'am. I probably am. If you come over here and you rub me the wrong way, I really will show you. And I'm not ashamed of that in any way. I'm a dual natured being. If you come over here and you treat me right, I'm going to treat you good. You ain't never been, I'm going to make you purr. Trust me. But if you come over here with that bullshit, yes, you're going to go around and tell people that she's evil. You motherfucking right. And I'm proud of that. I like that shit. I like that shit. I'm glad you know it. I want you to know it. Go tell your friends too, so they don't come over here with that bullshit either. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. Let's get some more messages for the collective. You like it too? I kind of like it. I'm glad you know what it is, because that way we won't be surprised. You know, that way no one will be surprised. You know, I ain't got to worry about being canceled. I don't got to be worried about being canceled, because I'm always me. I ain't gonna never stop being me. Not for now, bitch. Okay, retirement goals. This card been coming out all week. Angels, archangels, yes, you planning, properly planning and executing your plans. There's when we do our financial read, there's a card that comes up that's indicating that there are necessary steps or like movements that you need to take as you're along these steps, and your spirit team is asking that you fortify your future, that right now in the present you can be doing something that your future self will thank you for. A lot of times we think we have extra time, extra resources, extra money, but really we have future plans, future goals, future engagements, and what we feel like those future experiences, and what we feel like that extra is today will be, supplement for the future. That's what's on this board. Your spirit team is saying all of that shit that you feel like you got extra today, or you feel like you got time. You say, oh, I know I told myself I was gonna do this, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I know I told myself I was gonna do here, I know I'll do it next week. All of that shit, nah, bro. Right now you need to be doing something that your future self is gonna thank you for. It's a wake up call, right? It's this message has been coming through for the past 48 hours that you act like tomorrow is promised. You do. You act like it's a guarantee. Now, God is gracious and God is good, and likely will give you another chance, but that shit ain't no motherfucking guarantee. And there's this big, like energy push towards you being aware that right now you have the time, right now you have the resources, right now you have the plans. What the fuck is making you feel like you gotta wait till a new year to start a resolution? We need a resolution right now. That's what's on this board. That's what's on this board. You ain't got to start to wait till no new year to start no resolution. Right now, you can start changing your behaviors. They say, fake motherfucking make it. That's what they said. Look, fake fashion and count chasing. They said, right now, you can begin to change your behaviors and operate in a way that indicates that you understand what's coming towards you, the responsibilities and the abundance. That's what this looks like. But I feel like you've been breaking a lot of promises to yourself. I'm gonna wake up at this time in the morning and you sleep in. I'm not gonna press the snooze button and you press the snooze button. I'm not gonna eat this type of food and there you go eating it. I'm not gonna eat past this hour and there you go eating it. Whatever it is that you promise yourself, something. Look, your spirit team on your ass. They said you said this and you doing that. You said this and you're doing that. That's two-faced. It's double-minded. The Bible says in the book of James, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And this double-mindedness is causing a lot of instability in your energy at this time. Deja vu energy is out here. And you getting messages. You getting messages in your dreams. You getting messages from your daydream. You say, I thought I did that. Oh, I thought I went there. Oh, somebody might literally be touching their face like, oh, I can't believe this. You're just out here looking at the lady touching her face. Somebody might really be touching their face. Maybe you are watching. You're just going off into like different drifts mentally where you're losing track of time. But your spirit team is saying while you're losing track, you got somewhere you're supposed to be. That's what this looks like. Is time on your side at this time? Yes, but you need to utilize it, not misuse it. Don't think that you won't run out, okay? There's a lot about, I guess, what you're supposed to be doing physically. Maybe you said, I'm going to do a skincare routine. Maybe you said, I'm gonna do some exercise routine, but what you're doing today, supposed to be preparing you for tomorrow, and that's what this looks like. And I feel like you think you got more than enough time, and your spirit team is saying tomorrow is not promised. I am so grateful for you. I appreciate every opportunity that you give me to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Let's get some collective messages, elements, before we do a message to close out. A double-minded man is unstable in all his. Do you want a revolution? Woo, woo. We're gonna start off with Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What do you need to know most over the next 24 hours? To walk the highest path of your greatest good. Seven of Swords energies out here. Lies of omission, betrayal, schemes, a scheme that Todd set up. Eight of Cups energy is out here. No. 707 angel number, 77 in the likes. I would be very, very the number 7 coming up. It just feels like what you're thinking about doing or the way that you're thinking about planning and responding to something could take you away from your goals at the end of the day. It's like if I'm gonna give you a practical example of this. If in my mind I say, because I'm the type of person that what I rehearse in my mind, that's what usually plays out in my life. So if in my mind I say, I'm gonna fuck that bitch up when I see them, by the time I see them, I'll be in jail, right? But if I'm in my mind, I say, you know what? I gotta worry about my kids. I know my kids ain't got nobody. I gotta do this. You know what? I need to handle this in a way that I need to cover my ass, right? And if I think like that, likely the outcome will be in a way where I get what I want, but in a way that doesn't compromise my integrity. Your spirit team is saying you need to rethink things. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, There's a better way. There's a better way. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Now I get it. You ain't no punk bitch, and you don't want to let nobody play with you and get away with it. But don't compromise your own personal integrity at this time. At this time, Spirit is asking you for temperance, right? Like you're gonna have to seemingly combine your little fiery nature with the thoughtful and intellectual aspect of yourself, so that the plan you come up with actually helps you to manifest and materialize what you desire without taking you off course. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Where there's a will, there's a way. But if in your will, your mind, you're practicing and rehearsing things that could take you out of alignment with your divine assignment, that's what's going to happen. Princess of Cups energy is out here. The power of your mind is not a joke. You're a visionary. You can see it in your mind and then manifest it and materialize it, and it could be a dress. You say, oh, I can see this dress in my mind. You get all of the fabrics or whatever the fuck it is. Next thing you know, the dress is in real life. It could be whatever. You have this capacity to do that. So your spirit team is wanting you to pay attention to that. And you rehearsing something in your mind that could take you out of alignment with your divine assignment. Death card energy is out here. So let's figure out a way for us to rehearse this thing in a way that allows you to align with what you actually desire. This is what I'm tapped into. Page of Swords energy is out here with the Death card. Be careful of rehearsing these things in your mind. Let's say you dealing with trolls on the internet, because this Page of Swords made me think that. Dealing with trolls on the internet, and in your mind, you're like, when I see them, I'm do this, that, and the other. No, when you see them, you need to right now be calling the fucking, what is it, the internet department in the police, and letting them know that this is what you got going on. It's covering your ass. That's gonna be your most powerful path forward. 6 of Wands energy is out here at the bottom of the deck. Woo. Kind of energy is how it feels to me. 3 of Wands with the 6 of Wands is 9 of Wands. Your most powerful path forward at this time is to cover your ass. In your life, you have whooped enough people ass for us to know that you're not no punk bitch. But at this point in time, taking that typical method or going down that traditional route is nothing good is gonna come of it. That's what's on this board. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Y'all double tap that screen and share the live so we can share this love. Yeah, contact the authorities. Cover your ass. Handle something in a mature way. Call the lawyers. Hell, file suits. Go down to the HR. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to be your most powerful path forward. Maybe that's not your normal way of doing it. Maybe you like to handle things on your own. You don't need no damn authority. But in this case, that's still going to be your most powerful path forward. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Right, so you got screenshots and you got evidence. Right, yeah, take that to cyber crimes department. Go ahead and contact the cyber crimes department at your local police officer and send them your evidence that you have. Then go ahead and do that now. That way, if anything happens in the future, you have a paper trail that says, no, you've already been proactively and of sound mind, like in a reasonable way, trying to handle the circumstances. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Knight of Wands energy. Knight of Wands, there's a lot about stepping outside of your comfort zone. Knight of Wands can be impulsive and compulsive. But the Page of Wands in spirit is saying, hey, jump off the porch. Jump off the porch. Right? 5150 head first. And that's what this feels like to me. Right? Like your spirit team is saying, you won't learn what you need to learn about how to do what you're trying to do effectively until you like you ride a bike and you got to learn how to ride that bike, and sometimes you fall off that bike learning how to ride that bike. But really the only way to really learn how to balance yourself on a bicycle is by falling a few times, and that's what this feels like. Princess of Disc energy is out here. If you have it feels like Knight of Wands, Princess of Disc. Princess of Disc is learning. It's a new kind of information, right? She's learning how to be a teacher. The students that she's teaching, they're learning how to be students, right? But there's a lot of learning here. Page of Pentacles, Fool card. It's only one way to learn. It's only one way to find out, and that is taking you outside of your comfort zone. And Spirit is asking you to take a leap. Five of Swords energy is out here with the Four of Wands. I mean, we can go through the theories over and over and over again, right? Like we can talk about, like if you play chess, right? I don't know what they play in spades. Then there are all kind of hands. And if you have a teacher, your teacher say, let's explore this game. Let's explore this game, right? But until you're sitting next to somebody who's a formidable player and you get to play from dealing on to the final hand, then you're not really gonna know how to play Tonk. That's what this feels like. Four of Wands energy is out here with the Princess. This message, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, is a message that feels like you'll find the most joy and the most pleasure in the process of learning. Once you've learned and you know how to do it, you got that under your belt, it's a different thing. There's more responsibility associated with it. But learning how to do it can be a very pleasant experience. That's what this feels like. Three of Swords energy is out here with the Five of Swords, but I feel like Five of Swords, Three of Swords, that's Eight of Swords. Stuck in your head about what you need to do or whether or not you want to do this. Why? Four of Pentacles energy is out here. Once you embrace this thing and embody this thing, there's going to be a lot of personal responsibility. And there could be some reluctance and some avoidance, Fool card, Knight of Wands, to taking this next step that's going to make you responsible for yourself. That's what this feels like. Nine of Cups energy is out here. The thing about it is like living by yourself. Once you do it, you will understand and appreciate it, and you'll never want it any other way. But before you do it, until you do it, you're going to feel like there's something wrong with it. That's how this feels. Just like living by yourself. I feel like everybody should live by themselves. After you graduate high school, when you go into college or whatever it is like that, whenever you get a chance, you should have your own place. I don't care if it's a studio. You need to see what it feels like to be by yourself. But if you've never done that, then you're like, I want a roommate. Or I want some, instead of trying to find somebody, cuz when you come live with me, best friend when you live with me, instead of trying to find somebody until you get that peace. Until you get that peace, and then you never want it any other way. And that's what's on this board. Two of Wands energies. I have the Four of Wands and Six of Wands. It's like trying to get a child to jump down from something. And they think that the jump down is so far and they're going to fall and hurt themselves and you're not going to catch them. And when they actually jump, they realize, oh, that wasn't that bad. That's what this feels like. Your spirit team said, hey, go ahead and take that leap. When you take that leap, you're going to realize 6 plus 4 Pentacles. Not only is it not that bad, this is exactly the path that you're supposed to be on. A lot of hesitancy, a lot of fear of the unknown, but your spirit team is saying it's only one way to find out. And the learning process, like learning about this, is going to be way more enjoyable than when you're actually good at it. Chess, spades, tonk. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm sharing something else. Y'all double tap that screen and share the live so we can share this love. We did Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Let's go Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, you've been having these little monitoring spirits in your energy all week. Little gnats, little nosy Nancy's. Just lets me know that you recently did something. Maybe you did a spiritual bath. Maybe you did a cleanse. Maybe you didn't do anything necessarily spiritual like that, but you started posting something or started saying something, started dressing in a certain way. But there was this, statement that was made. And now the nosy Nancy's, the gnats, the nosy Nancy gnats are listening in. They know that you're severing the ties. They know that they're losing connection. right? They know that there's interference in the connection that they have with you and are wanting to see if they can reconnect. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. Five of Cups energy is out here. But something worked for the better, right? Like you did something. Whatever you did, it's communicating something. You could have started dressing differently. You wore a certain shirt. You made a certain statement. You put a post on the internet, whatever it was like that. But he communicated something. It was like, oh, we thought you wasn't going to talk about that. You know what I mean? It's like whatever somebody was trying to use to like subjugate you or oppress you or suppress you, you made a bold statement that wasn't on. You wasn't the bitch that worked for, right? Page of Swords energy is out with the Five of Cups. And so your monitoring spirits, your handlers, people who thought that they had a steering wheel in your back and could drive you where they wanted you to go, are realizing and recognizing that that's not what it is. The Hermit card energy is out here. The Hermit card is a vagabond, right? This is a person who's decided that they don't agree with the system, that they don't want to participate in the system, and it's not because they don't have education. The Hermit card is very wise. It's not because they don't have experience. Think of that man. If you ever seen the movie The Family That Prays Together, and he was a stockbroker, but he stopped trading because it was driving him crazy, and everybody thought he was just some homeless man, but really he was a really, really intelligent stock trader who chose to live the way he was living. Is this type of energy. Hermit card energy is out here. So whatever this is, it's like you've made a statement that it says something to your handlers that you are not okay with whatever systems that they want you to agree with. Queen of Cups energy is out here. I want you to be very careful, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, because it's people that's trying to say you crazy. It's people that's trying to say you crazy. They trying to say your ass crazy. They trying to say, and I guess to these, people who don't have a spirit, they not connected to God. You not accepting this thing. Queen of Cups, Five of Cups, Six of Cups. It could be family, right? Like, I don't need you motherfuckers in my life. But it could be like, come into this fold. Five of Cups, Six of Cups. Here, join the cult, right? People are saying you're crazy because you don't want to participate in this group that everybody else would feel like it's such a joy or such a prize to be in. They're not being invited, and they're not being invited for a reason. But everybody on the outside looking in, it seems so viable. It seems like such a good opportunity. But for you, it wouldn't be. It would be a cage. It would be a well-decorated cage, and you saying no to the well-decorated cage. And motherfucker want to try to say you crazy, or they're going to try to use that mental thing. Chariot card energies out here with this Hermit card. They're going to try to use the mental status or mental health institutionalized, like you sick or right. They're gonna try to use these things. Like, let's say you have children and you want to live off grid. They're gonna try to send CPS. Like, oh no, these children can't live like this. Da, 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 da. They're trying to say that you're crazy. That's what this feels like. Knight of Pentacles energy is out here, and it might not be anything new. It could be like what they always fall back on whenever they feel like they can't control you. But you recently made a statement that says you're not going to be able to control me. And so these handlers, these watchers, these monitoring spirits are on a mission to try to figure out how they can hook you again. That's what this feels like. Not on goddamn mouth drooling. Death card energy is out here with the Two of Wands, but it just feels like, to me, it feels like what everybody else is so, in awe over. Like, oh my God, I would love to be accepted into this prestigious organization or whatever it is. Like, you recognize the oppression and the suppression involved in it. You can't say what you want to say. You can't dress how you want to dress. You can't eat what you want to eat. You understand that it's like a well-decorated prison and you're rejecting it. That's what this feels like. Ten of Cups energy is out here. I see you moving toward fulfillment, but I do feel like this is a message for my Libra, Aquarius, Gemini about how there's this, attack on your mind, or there are people working together in groups who are trying to say that you are crazy and trying to get like enough people to sign the petition to where that narrative could have some negative effect in your life. Does that make sense? They want that narrative to have some type of negative effect in your life. Four of Wands energy is out here. I don't see it having an effect, but there is this push for it, and your spirit team is wanting you to prepare. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, they're trying to say you crazy, okay? Crazy enough to pay your bills on time, crazy enough to take care of your kids, right? Whatever. You're crazy until it's time for them to come and actually take the kids to the doctor. You're crazy until it's time for them to come and actually pay a bill or actually pick up a broom and sweep the floor to help you keep the place clean. You're crazy until okay, well, show some help. Right? You're crazy when they can persecute you and oppress you, but then when you say, well, why don't you help me, it's crickets. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something else. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, save the best for last. Face as what is the most important? What is the most important message for you at this time? Seven of Pentacles, a lot of sevens. Seven have been showing up for the collective. Seven of Pentacles energy is out here with the Prince of Cups. It's like don't give up. It's like bleak. Seven of Pentacles, it means that like when the seed is still in the soil. If you look at it, it almost looks like something's buried, right? It's like the seed is still in the soil. Excuse me, birth to confirmation, and you haven't seen this vision come to life yet. But much like a seed that's under the soil, it's only a matter of time before you start seeing a sapling or some green leaves come up from that ground, and that's what this is. Five of Swords energy is out here, almost like battlefield of the mind, a self-defeatist or self-sabotaging energy showing up right now in Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. First of all, you're not cheating, you're not scamming, you're not lying. So when you see somebody else, you trying to get your body right. This is just a practical example. You see somebody who got a BBL. What the fuck make you think if you exercise every day, you're going to look like them and they got a BBL? It's nonsensical. So be aware that you're doing it the natural way. You're doing it in alignment with the divine assignment. You're doing it according to nature. They may have gone outside of nature. Five of Swords energies out of the Seven of Pentacles to do something. So you can't compare what you're doing in a natural, orderly way to somebody who used weird science. That's what this is on this board. Six of Cups energies out here with the Ace of Cups. That's Seven Cups. I already told you 777 angel number, but I've seen for 47. Six of Cups with the Ace of Cups and Seven Cups. Seven of Cups is because you don't recognize and realize that this is working, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. That this is making you more magnetic towards the things that you desire at this time. But it's not happening on a microwave scale. If I get out a pot of the oven, if I get a pot out from up underneath my cabinet and I put it on the stove and I want to reheat some food in that pot, it's not going to happen as fast as if I use the microwave. So you using a pot, using natural methods to do something. Other people were scamming and cheating. They skipped a few steps. They cut a few corners. So yours is taking longer. That's what this is. It just feels like it's taking longer. Princess of this, that's Page of this. Seven of Pentacles, that's Eight Pentacles. But it's taking longer because it works better. We've been talking about this all day. I just saw it in the chat. Must have just went up because chess, not checkers. You're not playing the same game. You're not playing the same game. So you out here on the field running touchdowns and scoring baskets can't compare yourself to the person who at home playing a video game. You understand what I'm saying? You running back and forth across the field, really generating stats. Can't compare yourself to the person who got stats on a motherfucking Sega Genesis. This is what's on this board. Queen of Pentacles energy is out here. I see it happening. 8, 9 Pentacles is on this board. 7, 8, 9 Pentacles. Yes, I see it happening. But I feel like because it's not happening in that microwave way that you see it happening for other people, you feel like something is wrong. And it isn't. It's because you're not scamming. It's because you're not cheating. It's because you're not cutting corners. And it's also because what you're doing, it needs to come out correct. You want it done right. You want it done well. You want it well established, firmly established and rooted, formidable. And so it's going to take you a little bit longer. That's what's on this board. Prince of Wands energies out here. And just realize that all of those people who are questioning you, right? Those are the people who cut corners. Those are the people who got the BBL. Those are the people who play in the video game and not actually on the field. Okay? So when they ask you, you got to say, well, I'm doing it the right way. Yeah, I'm not taking no steroids. Yeah, I'm not cheating. Yeah, I didn't use no microwave. Yeah, I cooked this from scratch. When they ask you why it's taking you a little bit longer for the meal to be served, you say, oh, I cooked this from scratch. Everybody say, oh, okay. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Let's get some messages for the collective. What do they need to know most? The entire collective for the next 24 hours. Guys, thank you so much for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. Leave me a like if you haven't already. Shantae, thank you so much for your generosity. I really appreciate you. Let's get some more energy. Karmic Film. 9696 angel number reminds me of that Page of Swords. 725 angel number. It reminds me of that Page of Swords that came out for, I believe it was Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Motherfuckers that thought they had a hook in you and could drive you are seeing that they might not have that hook in you. Green and gold could be significant. Somebody with cat eyes or contacts and green, jealous with envy or whatever it is like that. A lot of energy around. They know that you're not jealous of them, so they feel you're a threat. Does that make sense? Like, because, okay, at first they thought you can't sit with us. Now they realize you never wanted to sit with them. Like, bitch, I wasn't gonna sit with you if you would have invited me, right? And so now they're feeling like, whoa. Well, do they want to? Does the divine one, does the listener want the crown? Do you want to be head of the table? Or are you trying to take over their little whack ass clique? Which I don't think you want to be a part of the Ashleys at all. I don't think that's your mo. Not if you on here watching me, but that is definitely what they feel like. A lot of these interactions that I've been tapped into this week, they need external, they need you to go back and forth with them because that's validating for them. You're their parking validation, right? Because without, if like let's parking validation, you go into a certain building. If you go into a doctor's office, they might validate your parking or whatever it is like that. I mean, you don't have to pay when you leave it out of the garage or whatever it is like that. So otherwise, you got to pay for parking. Well, these people don't have any credentials, whatever that looks like in regards to what you do. They haven't paid no fucking dues. But if they can say they was going back and forth with you, they can get free parking. It validates them and say, oh, they must be on the same level as the divine one because the divine one is arguing with them. Surprise, surprise. So now when they sent all of those, when they threw all of those slugs, well, like I said, they thought you couldn't sit with them. They found out you didn't want to. That's the surprise. Oh, oh, this motherfucker don't want to sit with us. Oh, we not don't like. Oh, wait. So now they need you. They thought that was going to be the validation, right? You wanting a seat at the table and then not getting a seat. But because you never wanted a seat at the table, that couldn't be their validation. Now they need it to be a back and forth. They need it to be beefing. You seen all the people on the internet who go viral off that fake ass beef they be having. They be fake beefing. Them people don't really be mad at each other. They talk about it when they get off a line. Hey, this is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say. And it drives their views up. They go viral off of beef. This is what somebody wants. They do anything for clout. They do anything for clout. They want to crash and burn on the shade room. They trying to go viral off of your energy. This is what I'm tapping to because without it having anything to do for you, with you, nobody give a fuck about them. They're a nobody, literally a nobody. You don't think of them. Nobody thinks of them. People might think of you often. Nobody thinks of them. And they want it to be a back and forth because at least if they hold the space in your mind, it makes them feel like they something. That's what this feels like. When you look at this person's shirt say, when you ignore the fuck out of these bitches, no hate. No hate. No doors. No more doors. When you ignore the fuck out these bitches, Patrick ones in these out here like, nah, look out you over her head like, no, thank you. They want to test their skills against you. You're the best student. They showing me karate or ninjas or whatever it is like that. You the best one. They want to see if they can come against you. You're like, no, I'm through practicing for today. The house energy is out here, right? You will validate them. You give them a reason to be. So you have to be very controlled. You got to make a choice. Maybe you want to validate this bitch. Maybe you say, today I got time. Nicki Minaj do it all the time. She say, today I got time. Today I got time. Today, bitch, I'm responding to this comment, right? And how many people have you seen her respond to their comments and they get 10,000 more followers, 10,000 more likes, or whatever it is like that. So be aware that your attention to these weak-ass witches gives them validation. That they can't get no free parking. That they got to pay their dues like everybody else until you give them energy. Faith energy is out here with Ace of Pentacles, and they hoping and they praying and they down on bended knees that you will respond to this bullshit. So be aware, it's a karmic film who thought you was going to want to sit at their table. That was supposed to be the validation. When you said, can I have a seat at your table? And they rejected you, that was going to be the validation. When you never asked for a seat at their table, that's why they got to come towards you. Page of Wands, karmic film energies out here with divination. Getting readings done on you, trying to send little weak-ass candle spells to you, and that shit don't never pop off on nothing. Just igniting your spirit team to get ready for battle. That's all it is. King of Pentacles energy is out here with the Temperance Angel. Heavy on trying to capitalize from your name, to put in the legwork, to actually build up some momentum themselves. No, but if they can get you to respond to them or to go back and forth with them, then they can be seen as an equal to you without having done any of the work. And I've been tapping into this for 2 days. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift? I always hope I'm saying something that helps. We just talked about you didn't cheat your way to the top. You didn't scam. You didn't cut no corners. That's what this person is want to do, and they want to use you as the fishing reel that they use to pull themselves up with. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift? I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Y'all make sure y'all show my moderator some love. I'm so grateful for you, Shantae. I appreciate you, Jalabi. I am grateful for each and every one of you. I appreciate your time, the energy, the love, and support. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. And until we meet again, be powerful on purpose. If you're interested in getting a private reading, a personal reading, check out my website, www.tarotondex.com. You can also utilize my link tree. The link tree is /tarot on decks. And I hope I see you tomorrow for another daily check in. Wholeness, infinite water flowing for you.